been a while since I've posted, and that is because a lot is going on in my life. I'm moving.
Well, I should say it's not 100% confirmed. It's like 90% confirmed.
I am moving to a place that is going to require me to do a lot of decluttering, and I'm not going to be able to take most of my books with me. So it's a pretty big move. As we approach moving day, I'll give more details as to where we're going. This is happening relatively quickly. Today is what, February 7th? This is going down sometime in the beginning of April, so I don't have a lot of time. So what I'm doing right now is oh my God, there's all these cats. Anyway, so yeah, I'm moving, and so I need to pack up my books. I'm going to be leaving them with my parents. And so I am going through and I am getting rid of books that I don't ever think I'm going to read again. Right now, I am on my way to my local tiny free library thing. So I have a little sack full of books that I don't want to keep. So off to get rid of them. Let's see what the selections are. Nothing that I'm interested in. Although I will say I do have this copy of The Secret Garden, so that's kind of funny. All right, let's find a place for these books. A History of Wild Places. Ace of Spades, Wonder Woman Warbringer, and then Cinder. All right.
3 days later.
The goal is to hopefully fit all of my collection into these 2 bins, but we'll see. I'm thinking the way I want to strategize this is I'm going to pack my books according to how much I value them. So starting with special edition, signed books, stuff like that. Gonna start with those books first. That'll be the first tier. And then we'll just work our way back. I'm also thinking that I want to sort my books based on if I've read them or not. And hopefully I can get a lot of those books read and I can determine if I want to keep them or not. Because nothing would annoy me more than holding onto a book for who knows how long, and then finally reading it and then being disappointed by it. So, you know, that means I've held onto a book for, you know, how many months or years just for it to be donated or given away. So that's a strategy that I'm going to take. I can already tell that these bins are going to be very, very heavy to carry, because the first thing that I'm putting in here is my Sailor Moon collection. These Sailor Moon Eternal editions, these are expensive, so I do not want to repurchase these at all. So in the bin they go. Next, I'm going to be putting my Grisha verses in here because I have a lot of I have a lot of signed editions from Lee Bardugo. So these 2 are both signed. This is is it a Lumicrate or Itty Bitty Box? One of those 2. This has sprayed edges and is signed. This King of Scars also has sprayed edges and is signed. These are the special edition, collector's edition, whatever, of Six of Crows. And then I have a collector's edition of Shadow and Bone. This isn't a special edition, but it's part of my collection, so it's gotta go with all the rest of them. I also have this edition of Rule of Wolves. I can't remember which one is this. I don't know. Another signed edition. And then I have this special edition of Shadow and Bone. These are just different covers. I have an obsession with the Grishaverse, obviously. Next, I'm going to be throwing in this edition. I think this is Owl Crate of Bonecryer's Dawn. And then I have a Forbidden Planet signed edition of Ninth House. I have this beautiful Illustrate Anniversary edition of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And then I haven't read this yet, but I can access this book via Scribd. So this is Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson, and this is also an Owl Crate edition. And then I'm going to put Sorcery of Thorns in there, just because that is one of my favorite books. I also have an Enchantment of Ravens, but I think this is a book that's actually gonna come with me. So yeah, I'm gonna be holding on to this one because this is a book that I really, really love, and I definitely wanna reread it. And yeah, it's just a favorite. Along with this just standard edition of Addie LaRue, I'm gonna be holding on to these two to take with me at our new location. This is only 1.5 shelves. There's no way I'm going to be able to fit both of these shelves in only 2 of these bins. I haven't read these yet, but I can, again, get these through Scribd, so I don't need to have them out right now. And they are the Chain of Iron and Chain of Gold Waterstone editions. Collector's edition of Clockwork Angel, collector's edition of City of Bones, and then I have this signed compendium of Saga by Brian K. Vaughan, and then I think that's it in terms of books that I have signed. I feel like I don't have that many compared to a lot of other people on BookTube. But I think that's just because I never make it to the sales on time. So a lot of books that I want are usually sold out before I discovered that there is this certain edition. There's gotta be a more efficient way to organize this. Bonecryer's Dawn, this is just the standard edition. I am on the hunt for an Owl Crate edition of this to match my Bonecryer's Dawn. If you have one and you wanna sell it to me for a reasonable price, let me know, I'll buy it off of you. And then I have these two. This is An Ember in the Ashes and A Torch Against the Night. I still have not finished the series, but yeah, these are 2 of the UK ones. So let's put these in here. Oh no, are they awkwardly not gonna fit? No! I think this is all that I'm going to be able to fit in here. It sucks is there's all this room right here where I feel like I can put stuff. Maybe I can put some Funko Pops here. I don't know, something small in here because it seems like such a waste of space to not be able to put anything in here. On to bin 2. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I honestly don't know how I'm gonna fit all of these books into my car because I'm definitely going to need at least 2 more bins, at least. These are the only book of the month books that I have managed to keep, that I have read and that I have enjoyed. And think are worth holding on to. So we have People Meet on Vacation, Beach Read, Malibu Rising, and We Are the Brennans. I also have The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but this is going with me. This is another favorite read of mine. And then I have these Penguin Classic cloth-bound books. My collection of Witch Hat Adelaire, one of my favorite mangas. Highly recommend. Please read it. Spy Family. Blue Flag. Throne of Glass. Buddy, what are you doing? No, you have to stay in here. No, you have to stay in here. Yeah, you stay in here for now, okay? Paper Girls. Look how beautiful these editions are. These are gorgeous. Batman, James Tynion.
That was about right, huh? About a quarter of your books.
Yeah. This very cool edition of Aquaman. Harleen. Oh my gosh, this like barely doesn't fit. I swear, every time I'm recording a video, the yard guy decides to roll up. Every single time. I am filling this up to the max. For the most part, I've cleared out this bookshelf. Obviously, there's some random things I need to figure out what I'm doing with that stuff. So this is what's left. So these are all books that are unread. So I need to try and get through as many of these as possible. And then these are all the books that I'm hoping to keep. So the next box that I buy, these are the books that are going to go in that. Followed by these books. I would also like to keep these. These are books that if I had to get rid of them, I wouldn't be heartbroken over it. And then these are more unread books. And then these are my single issues. So now that I'm looking at everything, I am seeing a very, very large physical TBR. The plan is to go through this physical TBR, read as many as I can, and then continue to cull. I'm going to try and be really, really critical with my books over the next couple of weeks and really, really think about, is this a book that I want to keep? Is this a book that I want to hold on to? I mean, I fill these to the max and I have pretty much an entire shelf full of books. So that's at least probably 2 more bins, maybe even 3. I just don't anticipate having enough room for all of these books. So I'm gonna have to be really, really critical with this bookshelf and make some tough choices. So subscribe, follow along on this moving journey. Ugh, why does this barely not fit? No.